Hello, everyone. I am Adion Tesserand, Ermine Principal King of Arms of the College of Arms for the game Shroud of the Avatar. Or at least I appear to be. Right now, I am just a talking head floating at you from the space of the ether. Um, I have many of the usual suspects and some unusual suspects with me. For example, well, why don't we introduce ourselves, starting at my left with Ember. Because apparently Amber doesn't want to talk right now. That's why we don't start with her. Let's start with Andrew.
Alright, my name's Andrew. Most of you guys know me on the forums, and everywhere else is Golem Dragon. Flying monkey of art stuff, basically.
And Jenny.
Nirante, Dracony Queen of Arms, overglorified secretary of the college.
Joseph.
Hello, Rustic Dragon here, and it's my fault that we're late. I left the official soda hangout, hightailed it home so I could sit in front of my own laptop in my own chair eating my own ice cream. And I got my ice cream out, got my laptop, and realized I have no internet because it stormed in Austin, and it never does anything like that in Austin. And when that happens, the whole city shuts down. So I have no internet. I was not able to get a stable connection with my phone, so I hoofed it back to the office, got all the way to the office and up the stairs, only to realize I'd left my wallet at home, which means I can't get back in the building. So then I had to call Scott Jones to let me in. So finally, here we are. I'm here. And I had no idea that you guys were actually delaying the start of the broadcast until I got here. So I simultaneously thank you and apologize.
In Joseph's defense, he had to hightail it all the way home over the fence.
Yeah, the whole, 4-minute walk.
And Grant? Grant?
Okay, there. I had to figure out how to unmute myself. Grant McGregor on the forums, Mike in real life, developer of Blazon Forge.
Paz?
Bajan Grace on the forums and IRC. My name's Paz, and I'm a green monkey.
Ronan?
Oh, just Ronan, member of the college, runs around drawing things that get people all mad at me because they're not in the right style, and then have to change them back to something that is in style.
And Trenick?
Hello, Lord Trenick on the forums. Just Trenick pretty much everywhere else. I'm just a guy who does what he can to help around here.
And we appreciate all of you, very, very much so. So, Joseph, actually, you're here with an announcement, so I'm going to go hand it over to your significantly more skilled voice than mine.
I talk on internet.
So do I, but you're better at it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, I actually just wanted to swoop in here, say something, and then swoop back out because ice cream. I have a problem. There's like 7 different kinds of ice cream in my freezer right now. I'm just having a love affair with local Austin ice cream. Anyway, so if
you turned into a pair of bags.
Yeah, if I don't make it till the next year, there's a reason. It's ice cream. Mexican vanilla ice cream. There's 3 gallons of that in my fridge or in my freezer, and then there are 6 pints of Lick brand ice cream, which is a local Austin ice cream, which is very appropriate for me to be eating. And
Joseph, there are other food groups.
Rustic Dragon was found this morning, passed out on his sofa.
And not ice cream.
So there's Mexican vanilla. That's one food group. There's chocolate Buckeye, which is another food group. There's coffee-flavored ice cream in my freezer. That's a whole food group in and of itself.
That's 2 food groups, coffee and ice cream.
Balsamic fig mascarpone ice cream. I mean, come on.
No, I found the best ice cream, which is a local ice cream maker to me. They have a Nutella ice cream.
Oh, see, there you go. That Nutella is also its own food group, just like coffee. As you guys are probably thinking, we need to change his blazon. But yeah, so Richard wanted to come in here and say this, but he had to go. His father's in town, and he was going to go spend time with his father before he returns to New York. But I have been given the what shall we say? I have like pseudo Lord British powers at the moment. While I cannot award anything, I can share the following information. A little bird told me, a little nose told me. Lord British said that he wanted me to come say that next on our list of ONBs to award, I'm allowed to reveal that information. While it's not within my power to give the award, I can at least say who the next person getting one is. This is a person who has been on our list for a long time and has finally trickled up through the muck and the mire and gotten to the top and the jello. Sorry, my brain starts to shut off about this point. But finally, trickling all the way to the top is actually the College of Arms' own Narante. So Narante will be receiving sometime in the future, when we get Lord British back, we'll be receiving the Order of the New Britannian Empire, which is the call for basically, outstanding contribution, outstanding service to Shroud of the Avatar. So I just wanted to come and deliver that message personally, while Richard is out having a good time with his father and hopefully braving the storm. But congratulations, Narante. I wanted you to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
And I appreciate the part where you just called yourself a horse.
You're welcome.
Hey, he said it himself.
So hie thyself back unto thy ice cream.
Well, I'm going to stick around and listen to you guys talk a little bit more. I inhaled a quarter pint, so I'm okay.
It'll tide you over for 10 minutes or so.
Awesome.
Well, I got home, I ripped up the Buckeye ice cream, so, the chocolate peanut butter flavored ice cream. I'm just going at that ravenously while my computer decides it's not going to connect to the internet. So I'm sated for the moment. I'm not sure how long that moment will last, but I'd love to
well, then we should jump on it. Nerante, you have the agenda as usual?
Okay, let's see. Blah, blah, blah.
Can I interrupt real quick while we're looking that up?
Certainly.
Yes.
Just one thing we're trying to do, Joseph, is trying to get some more technical details on charges and how they're going to be implemented in the game. And one of the things we wanted to do was maybe get in touch with Chris. What would be the best way to get some technical answers?
That's a good question. Chris? No, I think he actually may have left for the day. Let me see.
Because I thought we were going to get our long-awaited Chris meeting the hard way.
I'll just go grab him if he's still in the office. Let's see. Chris is, well, he might still be. You know what? I'll be right back. Let me go see if I can just grab him by the ear. No problem. We'll see. I'll be right back. You know what?
Well, that answers that.
You know what? Let's just do it the fun way.
Woohoo! Walk
Even better.
Ooh, traveling.
We're going for a tour.
I
Very
believe in
abbreviated tour.
I know them. I'm like, I know those offices.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Bill. All right. Is Chris here? Chris? So, you have the entire College of Arms wants to ask you. And I figured I can ambush you. So, I'm here to find out when a good time to ask you technical questions for the College of Arms would be. Or the best.
Email's probably the best way.
Okay.
Okay.
So we are broadcasting live, so don't tell everyone your email address, even though they could probably guess it.
Oh.
mojitosdad@portalarian.com.
Of course.
But so we'll just have them send you an email and schedule something.
Sounds good.
All right. So there you go. Service. And now officially community annoyer. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Joseph. That was great.
Joseph, you rock.
There you go.
You never
That's
cease to amaze me,
cheating.
sir.
That is not cheating. That is direct service.
Well, I figure if I'm going to come back in the office.
May as well take advantage of it.
Alrighty, so I'll put his email for you guys right here. If you guys could, it always helps to try to funnel communications to a single branch. So if you can elect one person to kind of facilitate communication, that helps, instead of like everybody randomly emailing Chris.
Right.
I would say in this point it needs to be Grant talking to him because he's our techie at the moment.
Yep, I would agree.
Well, normally point of contact is Ayun. That's not really working for the tech side.
Yeah, I have a list of questions I'll formulate into a long book and send it per email.
So I'm normally the primary contact point, but agreed, on technical issues it should definitely be Grant.
Right. Because that's the one thing that talking through an intermediary just doesn't work so well.
Especially when the intermediary hasn't the slightest clue what he's talking about.
Right, exactly. That was the point. Okay, while Joseph is here, we may as well start with the point of the agenda that is most likely to be of interest and or he would have an opinion on, which is we need to talk about the magic sigils. Well, not the magic, the sigils in general for heraldry. Way back when, back in like October or November.
Also known to us in the college as the dawn of time.
Right. We had discussed the fact that the sigils, the magic sigil, the crafting sigil, the combat sigil, are too complicated to be used on a coat of arms for anything other than like the great big center charge. And since you can't really say this can only be used as a single great big charge, we decided instead to create stand-in charges for them. So we'd say this means the magic sigil, but is less complicated. Which, if you look in Corin's generator, it's the magic ring is one of them. It's a ring made out of triangles. And then we had the combat sigil, which was a ring made out of squares, and the crafting sigil, which was a ring made out of circles to echo them. However, since then, people have been using the actual sigils on their coat of arms. And we have been just kind of not saying anything because they are the official sigils and Portalarium designed them. However, personally at least, I really feel that they are too complicated, which is why we did this in the first place. So this is something we need to discuss and figure out how we're going to work it.
I have an idea, if that helps.
Yes.
That does help.
So, each of the sigils, the magic sigil, the combat sigil, and the crafting sigil, is made up of lots of tiny little symbols. While it's maybe potentially unfair to take one of those symbols and make it speak for the whole thing, that maybe that's what you could do. You could say that we're a little biased because you're using life magic for all the magic sigils, but, you could maybe do that. It's like, it works really well, in my opinion, for crafting, because I think the blacksmithing part of it is really iconic, and I think it works really well for combat because I think that the blades symbol is pretty iconic for combat. You can argue about magic, or you could just go with chaos, but that's probably already used somewhere else. But you could just take one of them and turn that into representative with like a circle around it, possibly.
That's actually not a bad idea, and yeah, a chaos star within and conjoined to an amulet, a hammer within and conjoined to an amulet, and a sword within and conjoined to an amulet. That's really, really not a bad idea at all.
This is the magic ring that we had devised previously.
So I'm sorry, please go ahead.
No, I think it's just on my end. I'm betting everyone else can see it.
Well, I can see it.
Yep.
So if you guys recall, now obviously there's a very narrow, fine line you can walk when you're doing illusions, and it may get downvoted, but If you guys recall, if any of you are Ultimate fans, the Dennis LeFay did a whole series of wonderful illustrations for the circles of magic in the Ultimate manual. So the first circle of magic is a ring, and the second circle of magic is 2 rings intertwined, etc. It might be fun to have like some type of ring in there, just like. Well, if that makes sense, just to try to maybe make an allusion back to Ultima for Magic.
Nutmeg, no. Sorry, my cat's acting up.
Oh, I was like, didn't think it was that bad. God.
No. She acts up. She acts up during every one of our meetings to the point
It's like
that
our unofficial motto is nutmeg, no.
to the point that if there can be a tabby cat wandering around in the College of Arms that I yell at every once in a while, that would be absolutely priceless.
Ronan suggested over here in chat using the fist instead of a sword. I agree. I think that's a little more iconic based on the soda imagery that I've seen.
Okay, so what? Sum it up again. I was trying to pull that up.
Sure. Here, you know what? I'll provide some links. Just let me duck out and do a little research, and I'll put links over here in chat for you guys.
Okay.
Awesome.
What he was saying with his idea, Nerante, was a sword within and conjoined to an amulet, or rather a fist now, which is an even better option. A fist within and conjoined a...
so just the inner symbol in an annulo?
Yep. The inner symbol in annula.
That would work.
And that's brilliant, honestly.
Yep.
To the point that I wonder why, when we were debating that 5 months ago, we didn't come up with it.
Now, we could also do it not... let me go back a step just to make sure I understand. The inner symbol in an amulet, that's just in a circle, right? In a circlet?
Yep,
right.
Within and conjoined to.
Can you show one? I don't know if I can visualize it.
Actually, what we have for the magic sigil right now, except without the triangle and eye in the center, and the Chaos Star solid.
Right? So
in
it's basically
circle,
voided out
just
of
like
the
that. Huh?
So it's basically voided out of the middle?
No, I think you're...
No, it's solid in the middle and voided out around it inside the circle.
Okay, gotcha. So, okay. And I was thinking of an alternative of taking just around, I guess, what do you call it, a coin? And then just voiding out the sigil in that.
The other way around, you would void out around the sigil.
Right. I was just providing an alternate possibility.
Right.
Yeah,
I said on the debate about the sigil that we have, either way really would be fine. It's the problem I had was with it being one solid coin with lines on it. Oh, you have video again.
I do.
Yeah, say that again, Narante. You Google garbled what you said there for a second.
I said the problem I had with the symbol that we have currently is it's a circle with lines drawn on it. Basically, the difference is most of our charges that we use, if you took it and erased all the lines on it, you would still be able to identify it. Whereas that one, if you took it and erased all the lines on it, you just have a dot. And that was the problem I was having with it.
Yeah, I can understand that from a lay person's non-heraldry person perspective. Just from a total graphic design perspective, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Hello, Trinek. Hello, Trinek's cat's tail.
I can pull these up pretty quickly. I love Trello. Thank you again, Trenek, for putting us onto Trello.
Yeah, having the college on Trello is...
It has revolutionized the way we work, and it works much better.
Efficiency. It's scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the idea of just a circle with the inner charge just the solid form of the inner charge in it is just...
Okay. Here's what we have currently. Positive or negative, either way. If you took it and erased all those lines, all you would have is a black dot.
Nutmeg, no. That's not quite what we're talking about here.
No, I understand that. I'm saying that's what we have currently.
Yes, it is.
What I had been suggesting, and what fits in with what he was suggesting, is to either void out the Chaos Star inside the black dot, or void out around the Chaos Star.
I like the voided out around it.
I do too.
And then just eliminate the eye, etc.
Yeah. Just make it the Chaos Star in the ring, and I think that would be gorgeous.
What do you think about, in that particular case, what we're looking at right here, black ring, black arrows, simply remove the, see you have the triangle is black, but the eye is white, invert it so the triangle essentially becomes white and disappears, and then the eye is black. So you just have the eye floating in there in the center of the arrows.
I would have to see it.
Let me take a screenshot. I will Photoshop it. I'll make it for you.
I said the big thing is, like, especially these kind of sigils, they tend to use them very small on the devices. So the more complicated they are, the harder it is to see those details. I mean, look at Amber's device. If that had the triangle and the eye in the center of that little itty-bitty Chaos Star, you'd never be able to figure out what it was. And it would just look like a black smudge in the middle of her design.
You're still on screen share, Jenny.
Oops. I clicked it. I did.
Take this away for next week and just to whip up a couple designs for everybody to look at.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed. I agree with that. Let's work up on the designs. But yes, I'd love to see what you're talking about here, Joseph, as soon as you have it done.
But I would definitely love to see some simplified versions that are still evocative, that are still representational, but not so it's a smudge on the device.
Right. More succinct and clear.
Right. Okay, so then, moving on.
And we'll come back to this as soon as Joseph has his design done.
Oh, yeah.
Which is right now.
There we go.
Alrighty, can you guys see that?
Yes, we can.
All right. It's still. I made the eye a little bit bigger too. It might not be legible, but at least this way you understand what I was talking about.
Now
whether
that
it's good or not is, totally up for debate. But at least this is what I was trying to say.
That I don't have a problem with. That eye is distinct enough and set away enough from the rest of the charge.
Can you shrink it?
Sure. That
like
is
teeny tiny.
No,
not the eye, the whole thing.
Oh, sorry.
If it was the size of my star, it still would not be visible.
Yeah, take the eye back to the size it was.
Yeah, the eye was good. It's just the whole thing.
So the whole thing beep. Wrong way. Sorry, it's all my palettes are hidden because I'm using the laptop beep. So there you go, smallerized.
That's legible. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, you can even at that size, it's noticeable as a separate object within the.
Can't really tell what it is at that size, but.
But if you're looking at arms,
that's clear enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're looking at something that far away, you're not expecting to make out much detail. So yeah.
Yes, I think that works. Yeah.
And also at that distance, yes, you're not making out much detail either. But yeah, that.
Yeah, I think Grant has a good point. Is remove the circle too, and just invert the eye itself, and you can also make it bigger at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try it.
Okay.
So we're gonna use my we're going to be looking at my touchpad Photoshop here. Can you guys see?
Yep.
Black screen at the moment. There it goes. Yep.
All right. So we're moving this guy.
Oh no, not that circle. The inner
Other
circle.
circle. Other circle.
Undo.
The circle that the eye is in.
Okay, I think I follow. So
basically,
this
just
guy
have the
here.
inverted eye directly on
Right. Exactly.
the Chaos Star.
Yep.
So something like this.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, he needs a fill tool.
Well, I could use a fill tool, but
That would be.
That would be too easy.
it's way more fun to watch me clumsily fumble with my.
Okay, now make the eye take up almost the maximum amount of room that it can in there.
All right.
Pen of the Shopatar with Joseph.
Then of the touchpad atar. So I can actually make it take up a schloter room.
Well, no. Yeah, right there. Right there.
Now, what about blacking out the whole center?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. The blacked out center is a great idea.
Yep. Black it back out. Yeah.
My lopsided eye.
Yeah, but still.
Now that is completely
Yeah, even at
recognizable.
that distance, you can still make out that eye.
Yep.
That's
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, we've. Okay, now I've lost the eye, but at this point I've lost everything. It's a.
Oh, look, it's a pixel.
I was going
The
to say if
pixels are revolting. The Pixel Liberation Front is attacked. Oh no.
the Pixel Liberation. Joseph, by the way, you are invited to drop in literally any time. We do this every Tuesday at this time, and if you're willing to drop in for like the first half hour of it or so, we would love to have you.
Absolutely.
Sure, it'd be fun. It'd be really nice to know what's going on in the College of Arms, and also, you know, if I can toss out visual ideas like that too, I'll come next time prepared with, you know, with my Wacom tablet, so I'm not fumbling around with the touchpad.
Wonderful, wonderful, Joseph. We'd love to have you. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Anytime.
As long as I can have ice cream.
You can have ice cream.
You
I
are
will
welcome
send
to
you
eat ice cream on the air.
Enjoy the ice cream.
As long as you share.
I'm like, I will send you ice cream. Not that you'll like it when it arrives after a 6,000-mile journey, but.
Okay, so continuing.
Yep, next onto the list.
This is a quick item. It's more of a note to my fellow sovereigns. But when we are voting on charges and devices on our Trello, if one of the sovereigns has a concern on a charge or a device, it really needs to be acknowledged and addressed before it gets approved. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be, you know, given into, but it needs to at least be acknowledged. There's at least one device that I said, I have a problem with this. I think we need to talk about it, and everyone just voted for it and stuck it in approved without even mentioning that I had an issue with it.
Now, in my defense, I actually didn't see your post in which you had an issue, but that was my own. That was my own fault. I should have looked. Like I said,
it's fine. I'm just saying, you know, we need to make sure that if there's an objection, I mean, you know, there's more than 3 of us for a reason, so that we can outvote people if there's a problem, etc. But problems need to at least be addressed.
Yeah, debate is necessary. Agreed. Yes. And yeah, that was my own dumb fault. I apologize. Oh, hello.
Whoever that was in the yellow shirt.
Head out for the night.
That was Chris Spears. He had unmute for you. There he goes.
Farewell, Chris.
See you guys. Look forward to hearing from you by email.
Absolutely.
Have fun with the chat.
He's gonna go home and pet the new baby and water the dog. Wait. He's gonna feed the.
Wait, you water babies now so they grow?
He's
He's
going
going to
home.
feed the dog to the baby. Yes, we got that.
Okay.
Okay, so next up on the agenda. In general, the duplication of charges, and in specific, the phoenixes. We have said in the past that we wanted to have one single charge for one single item and decide on the best one. We have currently 4 phoenixes in use.
Yeah, we do.
We need to pick one, and then we need to stick with it.
I personally really like the Phoenix that sits in Annulo, but I understand that it's really not the best. I commented
I will
in.
start screen share again. These are
These
the
are the
current
Phoenix.
three under consideration. The one that Amber submitted, while absolutely gorgeous, really just doesn't work, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does not meet our art style. It's very, very difficult to make out at anything
Yes.
short of huge scale.
Was
And-
that the tribal one that she had done?
Yep.
Right.
And we've lost Ronan for some reason.
Yeah, tribal style just doesn't work, unfortunately.
Yeah, not so much on arms, unfortunately. And we've lost Ronan, so we no longer have quorum.
Okay, well, I guess that will hold off for the moment.
Yep. I think Ronan's having internet difficulties. If he comes back, we'll have quorum again and vote on it. If not, we'll table that.
I'm not sure if there's anything else we can really talk about without quorum.
Yeah.
About the only other thing is that we could discuss is, we can't decide, but we can discuss is there or should there be a limit to the number of custom charges per user, given our very limited charge space funds?
Yeah, I very, very much think there should. I would say 1, to be honest.
That's how I feel.
As far as one user reserving that charge only for his use?
No, we're talking
No,
about...
creating a charge specifically for that. This person submits their artwork
Right.
and uses it as a charge.
But then anybody else could also use it.
Yes.
Then I wouldn't see I mean, I have no vote, but my thought would be not to limit it because anybody else would be open to use it.
The reason is we're still limited on the total number of charges that we can have.
Specifically, that what brought this up is currently we have a device submitted, I'm sure you've seen it in Trello, that has 2 paw prints that are very, very similar but different.
Okay.
So, is that one charge that is 2 paw prints that no one is ever going to use again? Or is it 2 individual paw prints that are customs? Or would we consider one of them to be a base charge, since we're going to need a paw print, and the other one would be a custom charge?
I'd say that last way is the best way to do it and still hold to a 1 custom charge per person, which I really think we need 1 custom charge per person.
Right.
I agree with, not that I have much to say, but I
Oh,
agree
yes, you do.
I agree with that actually, because we are going to need at least 1 print. So it would actually be 1 print plus a custom is what I would see that as. And then it's still upholding that. And I actually agree that if a person needs one custom, that should be enough because we're going to run out so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the other thing, is even though the number we have been giving sounds very scary, we have most of the basics covered already with less than 300 charges.
We do, and we're going to be able to fill, to be honest, we're going to be able to fill out the entire SCA pictorial dictionary with just like 300 to 500 more.
Yeah. So it's not nearly as limited as it first sounded.
You should probably use Dark Star's quote now, just so that when everyone sees this, high out there, they're Not going, oh, you said you have room, so here.
Yeah, do
Hey,
not
now,
lawyer me,
don't
bro.
lawyer.
Well, as it stands, currently the rule is 1 charge per customer. That's not out of our database. But yeah, I'm just saying it's not quite as scary as we first thought it would be.
Look, quorum has returned.
Yay!
Another option would be to flag one of those if one person submits 2, and flag it for holding. If we do run out of space, we'll have to have him choose something else.
That's a very good idea.
I'm not sure it wouldn't be easier to just say no in the first place.
Yeah, it probably would. I hate to say no, but yeah, that has the potential to backlog us. Oh,
yeah.
Well, welcome back, Ronan. Do you have voice?
Okay, so.
I got voice.
Wonderful.
Yay! All right, we have quorum again. We can continue. So back to Phoenixes.
Yes, let's take a trip back to Phoenix, shall we?
I will zoom in on each one. Thank you for Trello, Trenick. Okay. All right, so this is the first one, which personally to me it's gorgeous, but it's a little too busy. It's a little hard to make out what's going on.
You are not in screen share right now.
Okay. I clicked the button. There we go.
Now it's
can you
black
see it?
screen. Ah, now we see it.
Okay. This is the first one. Like I said, personally, it's a little busy to me. It looks really great big, but if you look at the little one in the corner, it's a little hard to make out what's going on.
And if you shrink it any further, it becomes nigh impossible.
Right. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, Google Drive doesn't like to zoom out. It just resizes itself larger. This is the other one. That is of this basic style.
To me, it is quite
my personal
distinctive.
favorite. Yeah, this is my personal favorite. Thunderbird, and I sat and spent about 6 hours tweaking this to be as distinct as possible while still being artistic and so forth. And then this is the one that is largely currently in use.
That one has the advantage of being... Now, it is not traditional heraldry, but it is modern heraldry. I very much like it as well, but it has the distinct problem of zoom out to 25% if you could.
There is nothing there that says Phoenix to me.
Yeah, it looks like an annulo.
No, what it looks like is a laurel wreath.
If you make it 2 colors.
Yes, Trenick, that is also a phoenix. No, Trenick, we can't use it.
No, I'm saying that's it. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's true. It does actually look like the Galactic Republic symbol at that point.
Yeah. Like I said, it's gorgeous. I love it. I don't think it's suitable.
And there's the possibility that either Phoenix, Arizona, or Atlanta, Georgia has it copyrighted.
Yeah, Grant is right in what he just said, that Phoenix uses that all over their street signs and whatnot.
Yes, they do.
It is Phoenix?
Yeah, it's Phoenix, Arizona.
And it's out. Can you pull that up? Is that official?
Yeah, that's all. It is all.
I can't read it. The chat, please talk.
That's actually the city street symbol or the city symbol for street signs around Phoenix, Arizona. Yes, it is. It is also the.
Do you have it pulled up?
Yes, he does.
I've got it on screen share. It's really little, but you can kind of make it out.
And that's not that's not the
right.
identical one, but I believe that is the one that comes, and I will look this up. I believe that is the one that comes from the Atlanta Police Department.
I lived on that road when I was in Phoenix.
No, it is not the APD one.
Very, very similar, but not the same one.
And it's not the one from the Atlanta coat of arms either.
Yeah. Okay, but at any rate, so these are our 3 options for phoenixes. We really do need to pick one. We have them named 3 different ways, but they're really all the same.
My thought is, because it is in so frequent use, using the one that comes in annulo. It's not my favorite, but it is in very common use, and it is actually distinct enough, provided that we don't have any other images that are also in annulo with a large amount of void at the top.
So go with just this one, or this one and one of the other 2?
That one and one of the other 2, the less complex one of the other 2.
That one?
Yeah, I think having 2 of them would be a good idea.
Yep. And yeah, no, not that one.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay, which one?
Not that one.
Okay.
The one you and Thunderbird worked on, and the third one.
This one is titled Rising. This one is displayed, although it's the same position.
Yes, Rising.
Okay.
And
in annulo?
Yep.
Okay, that works, I suppose.
So that's
Phoenix is popular enough that I think we can do it too.
Yep, that's my vote for both Rising and Annulo. Jenny, your vote as well?
Yeah, that works.
And Ronan?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, then that's 3 in favor, none opposed, 2 abstaining. That passes.
I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'm going to get out of screen share first. But I'm going to go ahead and get those to put in approved. If you 2 can go in and put your votes on them.
I will do so presently.
When you get the chance. Okay, the next one is for Ronan and or Grant, because apparently you came to this independently to the same place, which is we have actual scientific basis for our color debate now.
Turn it over to Grant.
Okay, Grant, the floor is yours.
Thanks a lot, Ronan. All right. So last week we kind of touched on how we want to maybe move dark to not be with, or black, sable, not to be with the dark colors because of the contrast issues. And I did see Ronan's post originally on the Pro boards, so that got me a little thinking. I wanted to play with the color palette anyway to kind of harmonize it more and get some consistency between the categories. And so those 2 things kind of triggered this. I'll pull up a screen share here real quick, 1 second. Let's see. Make sure I get the right screen. And so I'll have 2. Right now, this is our current palette.
No, right now this is your face.
You still see my face?
Yep.
No, I see a screen share.
Oh, there's a screen share.
Hang on. There we go. Now I need to bring up the current palette.
By the way, Joseph.
There we go.
I invite you to take a look at his new version of the screen share or of the generator.
Actually, one second. Scott Jones just walked in.
Really awesome.
Hello to the College of Arms.
Oh, certainly.
So Scott Jones just walked in to say hello.
Hello, Scott.
Here.
Good to see you.
So for those of you that have not had a chance to see or interact with Scott Jones is responsible for many things, including water wheels and sewers, piles of sewer garbage, and
dungeons, and
he's the concept artist for Ultima 9. So if you have the Ultima 9 strategy guide and you look through that, you see a lot of his cool sketches there.
And I was the art director for it too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was the art director for Ultima 9.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
But yeah, very good to meet you. And there's probably the fellow that came and visited us before is probably.
Yep, I'm right here.
How are you?
Hello, Scott. I'm doing quite well.
Oh, good, good. Sorry I haven't had a chance to make contact with you. We were going to. I was going to be trying to send you something of mine personally. Remember, and I just never got around to it.
Yep. Go ahead. I'll leave my contact information with Joseph.
Oh, excellent, fantastic. And I think I still have it somewhere. I wrote it down, and typical scatterbrain me. So forgive me.
So.
All right.
Mike, where were we?
So excuse me for just a moment. I'll be right back. I'll check out the screen share.
Okay.
Okay, so we have our current color palette. I put these together basically in 3 groups: the metals, the light colors, and the dark colors, which I'm calling bases just to distinguish them. And if you click on a color, it'll show you the contrast based on luminescence between each other color. So you can see the metals are fairly close. They have 1.8 and 1.3 contrast. 1 is no contrast. And then to the other ones, there's 2, 1.9, 1.2. They're still fairly close. Per is only one that's above a 3.
Your brown is different than the one that I have.
Yes. Yes.
You changed it?
No, this brown is the one that I got.
No, it's different than when I pulled it up earlier today.
There are 2 palettes. I'll get to that.
Okay.
So now, and so I added the sliders here. You can adjust the individual colors. So I played with that and tweaked around until I got something where I had sufficient contrast between each category so that we can place bases on colors on metals and any combination thereof, but not metals on metals or colors on colors or bases on bases. That would get rid of all of our, or any exceptions. And so I'll open the proposed color palette.
I see. That's what.
And that one, I tweaked the brown and I tweaked the red. No, the red is just a little darker, but I tweaked the brown and the Murray I tweaked to different shades of Murray and a different shade of brown, actually.
And the blue Celeste.
That's just darkened. It's not actually a different hue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I did the shades of many of them are darker now. So these are more mid-toned colors, and these are the bases are all dark colors now. And so you can look between these. Some of them don't have quite 3, but there's still, I feel, sufficient contrast between them to work.
Except the orange.
The orange and the copper is only 1.5, but it still works, I think.
I also think we need to lighten Blue Celeste up slightly more, because right now it really does not get the sky blue effect across.
I disagree.
Now,
okay. It looks darker on his. It looks harder.
Portland, come on.
Yeah, so
it looks darker through the Hangouts.
I got another one here. A generator that we can toy with that has the new colors.
My one comment is the brown ended up a little too dark, I think. I tweaked it slightly up to 43220F.
Okay.
And that drops the contrast slightly with the colors, but it's still close to 3.
43220F.
One little nudge up on the slider.
4.3. There, got it. Okay, I'll click on that. Okay. The brown.
But it's more distinguishable from Sanguine to me. Where you ended up looked too much like Sanguine.
Yeah, here's the original the way it was, and here's the new one. Yeah, it is a little more. Let's reset. That's 1.1 different from Sanguine now.
Now, my big comment, I think this is a fabulous idea, and I think that the ability to play with the contrast and see the contrast right off like this is amazingly excellent. However, I'm still not sold on using colors on bases and bases on colors. I'm fine with splitting them into two categories like that because it makes discussing it much easier. But I'm still not comfortable with it just because some of the colors clash so badly, I wouldn't be able to look at the arms that included those.
They do clash horribly, but this is a case of we can't really be the fashion police. I mean...
No, I cannot look at them. They give me a headache.
Ah.
That's like you saying you cannot look at something that gives you a seizure.
That's true.
There may be enough contrast, but the colors interact in such a way, I wouldn't be able to work on heraldry anymore.
That would be bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can't demo the generator with the new colors because I've been working on it since.
But I mean, you're going through and putting vert as the background, and then looking at the azure and the Murray, and even to a point the sanguine, it starts giving me a headache. Or the viridian with the pure. Yeah,
but you're looking at it now with the proposed palette screen, right?
Yes.
If you look on it on ARMS, it's much less intensive because it's not a big field of purpur or viridian.
And the white text is also confusing your eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let me see if I can get...
I would have to see some test cases. I'm totally great with the color changes that you proposed. I think, except for the brown, I think that went a little too dark. It's a little too indistinguishable from sanguine. Like I said, that one notch up to the
4322.
4322.
I'll write that down.
Yeah, I think that's good. It does provide better contrast between the colors, which I think is all to the benefit. And again, this is my personal opinion. I am not laying down the law. I'm just speaking for myself.
Everyone, I need to step away for a second. I am receiving a very, very urgent, repetitive phone call, which means I'm assuming someone really does need to get a hold of me, since everyone who'd be calling me that frequently knows what I'm doing right now.
Like I said, again, I'm speaking for myself, just personal opinion.
I like that updated version of the Bernatra, the slightly lighter shade.
Yeah, I agree. It is a little bit better.
Which one?
The new brown you proposed.
Yeah. I like the blue celeste much better than the one we're currently using. The blue celeste we're currently using is just too light. It really belongs as a metal, not as a color. I said I'm good with the color changes that you proposed. I am not sold on the colors on bases and bases on colors other than sable. I would have to see some actual arms made up with the color interactions before I could say one way or the other.
Okay.
Yeah, I know perceptual differences in contrast is difficult, but the thing is we're talking about making changes to time-honored traditions that were traditions for a reason.
Well...
No, I'm talking to Trennick. And,
oh, I see.
So I'm not...
I get
pretty solid, this works, and it works well before I would be comfortable with changing the rules in that direction.
Well, it has been relatively recent in history that these colors have been converted to HTML color codes in an RGB color space on a backlit screen.
Yeah, you said it's better to go by how it looks at someone full color range of vision. I do. I have 100% color vision.
Yeah, I'm the one who is not qualified to comment here.
Yeah, I've taken multiple tests. I have perfect color vision. So.
I wasn't implying that anyone doesn't.
No,
have
I know. I'm just saying I do. So.
Yeah, to the point. In fact, on this one topic, I am going to proxy my vote out to someone else who does have full color vision. I'm thinking Amber would be a good choice.
Well, let me get a generator up and running so people can play with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to see some test cases of.
Yeah.
This is the bad end of the pool, and base the decision on that.
Yeah, let's table this issue until next week.
Okay.
Yeah, work on it. Play with some of the designs that are already in our college, and go back and forth between the old and the new colors, and see what we get.
Yep. So.
I will say this: I had a couple of sentences written up about the whole Sable issue, and the other colors clashing, which is personally, I still say that Sable is universal enough to have its own set rule. While any of the other bad combinations are just bad individual combinations and should be put in the rules as like suggested to avoid, whereas not, it's absolutely you can't do it. Again, that's my personal opinion. But yeah, I think we should just table the issue until we get some case studies involved.
Yep. So. Tabling the issue for next week. I am...
Again. We're going on a month now.
Yeah, I know, but it's definitely a case of each week there's more information.
Right. We'll figure it out one of these days. Oh my goodness.
So, tabled for next week. I'll vote in that favor, and the other two?
Same.
I do say I would vote for... I would be comfortable going ahead and voting for the changes in color with the adjustment to brown and to splitting them officially into colors and bases, just because that makes the terminology so much easier.
I will second that.
And I'll vote it.
Then
awesome.
Then that's 3-0.
So say we all.
And for the rest of the issue, we table until next week.
Right.
Okay, I'll get that up and running later tonight.
Wonderful.
Phoenix's sigils, custom charges, and acknowledge address. That's it. That's our agenda.
Then I only have a Kit Kat bar. That's it. That's all I have left.
I think there was supposed to be a joke there, and I don't get it.
Jordan, speaking of... Actually, I don't know why I said speaking of, but did you see my terrible thing that I posted over in chat right before you got your phone call?
Right before I got the phone call? No.
At 8:09 p.m.
Quarterly wavy argent and azure.
Because you were talking about giving headaches and seizures based on things that you saw. I was like, why don't we just incorporate those? Why can't we just have a seizure and a headache that we can call out in language?
Believe it or not, Joseph, my SCA arms are based on exactly that idea.
Really?
Per-pale dovetailed. So split down the middle in a dovetail pattern.
Okay.
Counter ermine and ermine. The left side is counter ermine, the right side is ermine.
I can actually make most of this in the generator if you want me to.
An ermine, in other words, the creature, a weasel, in other words. Couchant, so it's lying down. Counterchanged.
Okay, I can picture this.
So are you familiar with counterchange?
Sounds like a bunch of weasels.
Nope.
No. Counterchanged is like my device where the black or Bajan's device is counterchanged.
Where it sits
so it's
on
black
blue.
on the blue and blue on the black. So on the counter ermine side, it's ermine, and on the ermine side, it's counter ermine.
Keeping in mind that the line of division is a dovetail pattern, and that the two colors here are ermine and counter ermine.
Okay, I was sort of following along, and now you've completely lost me. I need to practice my language.
So, per pale, split down the middle.
I'm pulling up the base field, at least.
Hey, yeah, I'm surprised, Jordan. You don't have a picture?
No, I don't. I've never gotten anyone willing to draw the bloody thing.
Oh, okay. Well.
Well, based upon the description, I refuse.
Yeah, exactly. I've never gotten.
I have actually volunteered. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But this is the base field.
Never mind. Ronan actually has done it, but not exactly. Ronan has it in a sitting position rather than in a couchant position. But that's pretty much it.
Okay, so here now in the middle there is ermine, which is a weasel. Then on this side it's black with white spots, and on this side it's white with black spots.
And the spots themselves counterchange.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, exactly.
You're a sadist.
Yes, I am.
I now have a new goal for my new coat of arms.
Something worse than my SCA coat of arms? I will kill you.
Although I actually like where you said you got the idea from, which is to try and explain to people what the seizures feel like.
Yes, that's actually the point of it, is when someone else looks at it, they start to get in their brain going...
It will be perfect for PvP. Yes.
So,
sorry, I had to say it.
Yes, you did.
No, it's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, I could design a shield that I would always win against Jordan with.
Yes, you could. As soon as we get either a Schnecky...
Challenge Joseph to a design contest. We shall do this.
As soon as we get either a Schnecky or a Spiral into our generator, that'll do it.
Oh, so I shouldn't be telling you about what my new charge is going to be. Oh.
Oh, we have one more visitor.
Who is this?
I do not know. Tyler.
I know. We learned last night.
Hello. Oh, Korvash. Hi.
Oh, Korvash. Hello.
Hello.
Unfortunately, you caught us just as we're all going away, or at least going off air, but introduce yourself to everyone, and hopefully you'll be able to drop in more frequently.
Hi guys, I'm Korvash. I'm the PR, or as Amber always calls me, the PA manager for the radio station.
Howdy, howdy.
Yay, it's wonderful to have you. So, well, I have nothing to do except to say farewell to all of you, and so farewell everyone. Thank you for dropping in.